The equation count pattern tells you as long as you have as many different equations as variables, you can solve. But the GMAT likes to trap people who get sloppy with that word different. I'm Mark Glenn, the GMAT mentor, here to make the GMAT make sense. So here's a great example. Pause if you want to try it. A cheese shop sells two types of cheese, English Stilton and Spanish Manchego. So let's call them E and M to avoid any confusion with the letter S. So from the prompt, we have 15E plus 3.75M equals 438. And it tells you that the price is proportional to the weight. All that means is that you pay by the pound, which is what you'd expect anyway. And then it asks for the price of 1 pound of Manchego. So basically the question is, what is M? Okay, so we have one linear equation with two variables. That means any new different equation will let us solve. So in statement 1, we can translate that as 5e plus 4m equals 214.75. So now we have two equations and two variables, so we should be able to solve as long as they're different equations, right? So to check, we'll compare the coefficients. So the original has 15e, this has 5e, so we want to multiply by 3 to get to 15. So again, we'll multiply the whole equation, so that gives us 15e plus 12m equals 214.75 times 3. No need to actually calculate that, right? But now we can compare. So we have 12m versus the 3.75m. Those are different. So we have two different equations here. This is sufficient. No need to actually work it out. So let's look at statement 2 now. So we have 6e plus 1.5m equals 175.20. And so now when you compare, you have 6 pounds of E versus 15 pounds in the original, right? So we can think 6 times 2 is 12, and then half of 6 is 3. So really 15 is just 2.5 times 6. So we can multiply this whole thing by 2.5 or 2.5. So that's going to give us 15e plus 3.75m equals 175.20 times 2.5. So now look, you have the same left side as the original, 15e plus 3.75m, right? So do we need to check the right side, this 175.20 times 2.5? No, it has to be the same also, because think about it. If it were different, we would have two different prices for 15 pounds of E plus 3.75 pounds of M, and the problem wouldn't make any sense. So this is not a new equation. It's the same equation in disguise. So statement 2 gives us no new information, and it's not sufficient. So the answer is A. So the trap here really is thinking that statement 2 is like statement 1, just another equation, and you can solve. But they have to be different equations. Once you know they're different, you can solve. And in statement 2, once you know they're not different, you can't solve. So that's the equation count pattern at a deeper level. I hope that helps the GMAT make sense. Subscribe for more GMAT patterns and strategies.